as we start collating and collecting all these requirements, right now we've been focusing on the product requirements, user marketing, regulatory needs, the user related activities. But you really want to start thinking about how you collate all this information. And there's multiple tiers in a requirements document from, as you can see here. The product requirements are your user, marketing, regulatory needs identified during research. Design requirements are the translated engineering or actionable needs for the product to be functional. Both product and design requirements need to be validated. Are you building the right product? The risks here and the specifications are the target measurable values that need to be tested and verified. Are you building the product right? Now, traceability is about connecting the product requirements to the design requirements and the risks and the specifications to ensure that all members of the team understand how a design feature is associated with a given spec, that any work addresses risk and unintentional outputs and system noise, and ultimately stays on focus. Traceability between the requirement tiers are essential to communicate properly. So one way that Toolbox finds ease in doing this is twofold. One is we use unique requirement identifiers. These are specific for product design and specification. Each requirement is sequentially numbered. Each design requirement is associated with the higher tier product requirement by incorporating the requirement ID in the subsequent tier. So you can see here that you can have 1 through 99 for your product requirement. Your design requirement will take the product requirement that it's associated with, so 2.01 to 2.99. This will be your design requirements, and so on for specifications. You add the next tier down. The next thing that Toolbox does is to tabulate the requirements in one document. A lot of documentation packages and requirements recommendations suggest writing requirements in a Word document with sections for product requirements, design requirements, and so on. Each of these sections then list only the requirements associated with said tier. However, this really increases the page flipping between the different tiers to understand impact of a given design requirement on a product requirement and the associated specification. So by documenting the requirements in this type of tabulated format, you can see all the tiers: product requirements, design requirements, specifications, even test reports, and whether or not it's been met in one quick glance. One thing to keep in mind, there's nothing preventing one specification or design requirement from being copied and repeated across multiple product requirements, if that is needed for product functionality.